We live.
1212. What's the podcast? 1212. What's the podcast? Episode 106. We are back. Episode 106. We are back. DJ Jerome Baker III. I am here. Shout out to my man, always available. Hashtag Streetwear Eddie.
What's good?
And don't charge Abdul.
Episode 106. Sheesh.
Episode 106. We are back. Do remember you can listen to What's the Podcast.
That's crazy.
Our past episodes on our
whatsapodcast.live.
Archive. Yeah, whatsapodcast.live. You can also check us out. You're watching us right now on the YouTube.
YouTube.
That's how old people say it. The YouTube.
Yeah.
You
Go on the YouTube.
On the YouTube.
That's what my mother calls it.
See what I'm saying? It's
Listen.
It's a 15
Go on the
thing.
YouTube. I'm gonna tell my mom to smash that like button every time she watches
on the
video.
YouTube.
On the YouTubes.
So we just want to, obviously we want
You got to put an S on the end of it too.
YouTubes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We want to say what's up and thank everybody.
It's never one tube. It's multiple tubes.
We want to thank everybody for listening to our last episode 105. Did great. Shout out to our guy E the Chef. He still is tapped in. So he's the plug down in North Carolina and Richmond. So he's still tapped in. He let us know. Right, he's still tapped in.
And shout out to the StockX White Boys.
There's some further StockX White Boy conversation.
There we go.
Later in the episode. So,
I love it.
But there was a tremendous response to the StockX White Boys.
Shit is real out there.
Shout out to our guy Lex. I had a dope conversation with Lex for about 30 minutes yesterday. That's my man. That's the homie. He's the fourth Beatle. Shout out to our guy Imran. Imran keeps
He keeps us on our toes.
He keeps the DMs on fire.
Yeah.
Shout out,
we appreciate it.
Imran. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he got me hip to the Supreme soccer jersey coming out tomorrow. I didn't even know. So listen,
Supreme's got some.
I gotta get that. I'm getting it.
I hope you pay retail. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, only retail. Or maybe 20 over. I can do 20 over. I mean, we'll talk Supreme in a little bit, but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot going on in America right now, as always. We want to obviously start with the rest in peace to all the victims of the senseless Boulder, Colorado shooting, and the family and their loved ones. There's been 103 mass shootings in the United States, and there's only been 89 days. In America so far.
That stat just not even sound real, right?
Yeah.
Like
crazy.
I read that on like I think it was the Insider magazine or New York Times, one of these like headlines, and it just does not even sound real. But sure enough, they listed them all out. They got a whole list of all 100 and whatever you just said, 103 mass shootings since the beginning of 2021. It's fucking insane, man.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to everybody that lost their lives and, obviously their families and loved ones. Sad day. It's crazy how this continues happening and, gun laws continue staying the same and nobody gives a fuck. What's crazy is that this time, I think the dude is, I don't want to say his name, but he's I think of Arab ethnicity, right? So Syrian. So
yeah,
we'll see if all of a sudden he's going to be labeled a terrorist. They
already labeled him a terrorist.
They called him a terrorist.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I think that's what they've been calling him.
I didn't see that. I saw that they were still trying to some clarity because they weren't sure about. Like I saw people questioning whether he changed his name. Like as he later,
I
you
see.
know what I'm saying?
You're saying he converted.
Converted, right.
Well, if he's Syrian, chances are he was probably born Muslim. But
yeah.
Yes, correct. And his brother and his family all, you know what I'm saying? But there was still some confusion about certain things. And, they read about him in high school. He's not, I think he is a terrorist, 100%.
Yeah.
But they did the knowledge on him.
So,
and
are all the white boys.
Right.
Absolutely.
And they've refused to call them terrorists.
Everybody who ran in the Capitol is a fucking terrorist.
He goddamn right.
They did the knowledge on him, and he's probably been schizophrenic / paranoid since he was in high school.
And
right?
somebody like that was able to get a gun last week. How crazy is that? Not just a gun, an assault rifle.
Somebody walked into a grocery store in Atlanta today. He had 5 guns on him, 2 bombs, and body armor. Walked in with the gun.
What? To do what? Just to have?
Come on, he was about to get busy. And what happened was he went to the bathroom. And from the time he walked in, somebody saw him. He went to the bathroom. They alerted management. They called the police.
They
clipped
him in there.
And by the time he came out the bathroom, 100 cops right there.
Damn.
That was today.
He was
Wednesday.
what full Caucasian
They
pilgrim mode.
they didn't speak on it, but I mean, my thing is, if they don't speak on it, then that's what they are.
Yeah, because
Right.
the headlines change all of a sudden when it's a white guy. All of a sudden
sure.
he's a troubled guy,
Of
with
course.
family past and
He comes from a
rough
good
life.
family.
Yeah, listen, and then the tone changes when it's a person of color. I mean, this is America. What are you gonna do? This is how things happen over here. But very, very sad news, man. We just we just experienced Atlanta, the tragedy in Atlanta with the Asian women at the massage parlors and massage spots. And last week, what was that? That was like less than 8 days ago.
Yeah.
And now we have to deal with this, man. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, shit's
That number
crazy.
is just insane. 103. Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just think it goes to
Madness.
show, like when we were all inside, there was no mass shootings,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
As soon as they start to open up outside in varying degrees, here comes, what I'm saying,
Shit.
just the white people, white men are just going crazy again, and
Yeah.
it's an unfortunate reality that we have to.
White terrorists.
Yeah.
White terrorists, yes.
Ah, fuck.
On another note, rest in peace, Five Dog. It's been approximately 5 years
Oh, man.
since Five Dog
Damn.
passed away. Five Dog has a new song out now with Redman and
Really?
Meth. Yeah, Red and Meth, maybe.
Okay.
How is it?
A new old song.
No, I'm sorry. No, yeah, it's called Nutshell Part 2. It's Redman, Busta Rhymes, and Five Dog. There's a video and everything, and supposedly there's an album coming out later this year.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's a dope song. It's a dope song
And
too.
this
Dope
was
song.
already in the making before he passed? Or this is
Had to have been,
I'm
right?
not sure.
Or is
Yeah,
it
I'm
is
not
it
sure.
like lyrics put together? Like, what I'm saying? They just
Not,
hopped
it's
on.
like it's just a verse. So you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? He's cleaned it up, but it's a Dilla beat. So rest in peace, Dilla.
Rest
you know
in
what I mean?
peace, Dilla. Rest in peace, Five Dog.
It's fire. You know what I'm saying?
Trini Gladiator. I love Five Dog, man.
Yeah,
Love
Five
it.
was dope. Five was
Five
dope,
was
man.
insanely dope, man.
Yeah.
Low End Theory. Which one? What do you have? Low End Theory or Midnight Marauders? Who you got? Favorite
Low
tribe?
in theory.
No, in theory.
Low End Theory over here
Yeah.
too. Midnight
Yeah.
Marauders was dope though.
Close
Amazing.
second. Close second.
Midnight-
Amazing.
Yeah. Silent Tom just chimed in, and he chooses Midnight Marauders.
It might be an age thing, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's an age thing because, like, if you're
You think
40
so?
plus, you were.
Yeah, but you're not 40
going to-
plus. Oh,
I'm 40.
I mean, yeah, you are
40
Okay.
or older. But then if you're younger, your introduction was award tour, right? So,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a little bit of a different.
Yeah.
It's not crazy, but it's just enough.
Midnight Marauders is a great album
great.
too, though.
It's great.
Great
Fuck
album.
yeah.
It's great.
On that note, while we're speaking about that, Ready to Die or Life After Death?
Probably Ready to Die.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably
It was
like that.
raw. It
You're
was
right.
raw.
You're right. I'm gonna go with Life After Death.
I'm gonna go with Life After Death also.
To me, Life After Death was we've made it. We're jiggy. You know what I'm saying? It's very clean. It's very polished. Like Tom says, very polished. It's very like the samples or it's jiggy. There's like chiming
Yeah.
bells everywhere. Ready to Die was like, yo, kicking the door. I'm still like
Yeah.
gutter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Don't get it fucked up. Life After Death was
Life
also
After
still
Death
gutter.
is fucking gutter.
yeah, but
Yeah,
he killed.
yeah.
He shot himself in the head at the end of Ready to Die.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, listen, it was something unlike anything else that we'd heard
Yeah.
of. You know what I mean? But
And then they on the deluxe version they put Who Shot You on there, and that just really did it for me. You know what I'm saying? So those are good comparisons, Abdul. Shout out to you.
yeah, I mean, we just went through the March 9th anniversary of March 9th tragedy of the passing of Biggie Smalls. So I just thought about that. Yeah, Life After Death for me. But
Same.
yeah. I mean, shout out to Tribe, man. Shout out to Q-Tip. Shout out to Ali Shahid Muhammad. Ali Shahid Muhammad actually scored the music on a friend of the show, Eddie Wong's new movie, Boogie, which it was dope to see his name in the credits, as what do you call that? It said score done
Music
by
su- music supervisor.
music score or music
Yep.
supervisor, whatever it is. But
Honestly, that's what Silent Tom should do like in the next like 20 years of his career. Is just score everything, because if you have like a lot of DJs, you know, a lot of DJs once they hit a certain age, they start to lose interest in being in the club. But you've put 40, 30 years into music.
Yeah.
Why not share your talents in other areas, right? Questlove just got he's the music supervisor for the what's the Academy Awards? The Academy
Oscars?
Awards, Oscar, whatever those are.
Uh-huh.
Something in April, but
Academy
Questlove,
Awards.
yeah, he's the music supervisor on Fallon. So that's like a big
Fire.
big job. Yeah, that's dope if you can be
Yeah.
a music supervisor. Yeah.
Silent Tom, let's get paid, man. Let me manage you. Come on, stop playing.
Listen, man, you got to move Silent Tom to L.A. He'll blow up. He's just
37%.
He's scared
You know?
to go. He's scared to get on that plane. Nevertheless, we digress.
Silent Tom's getting
speaking
his
of-
second vaccination on Saturday, so he's
Speaking
about
of
to be
planes, speaking of planes and vaccinations,
Mm-hmm.
bam, 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 you just walked right into this one. Abdul, you were in Miami.
Oh shit.
How unhealthy are your lungs right now? Because it was disgusting in Miami.
Yo, Miami was on another level, man. They went full blown sicko mode out there. Like
Sicko mode.
yeah, they were just
Full-blown.
full blown sicko mode out there, man. And you know what? Actually, I might have not caught the full wave of it. You know what? I'm lying. I got there last Wednesday, and I left on Saturday. But Wednesday and Thursday, I was like, oh, this is not bad. You know, Miami's cool. They're chilling, and you know, I see a lot of people with masks. But Friday and Saturday, yeah, they were full sicko
No mask.
mode out
No
there.
mask.
I ain't see masks nowhere. Nowhere. I had my mask on the whole fucking time. And, you know, and everybody who was around me had been vaccinated. And, you know, it was sort of a celebration for us. So it was a good time, man. We had a good time and partied and did all that. But, yeah, my mask stayed on. It was an outdoor party and my mask stayed on. But it was good to see friends and, you know, hang out with everybody. Yeah, so
How long do you take? And this is a question to everybody, right? How long do you think it'll take until you're comfortable being outside without a mask on?
Once we have herd immunity and everybody, like the numbers are up where
I'm not even talking about that, though. I'm talking
I-
about like you personally. How long will it take for you to be?
I'll be comfortable when I know that everybody's vaccinated.
everybody's not going to be vaccinated.
That's what I'm
I'll be
saying.
honest.
But like herd immunity, you know what I'm saying? Like a certain percentage of people. I don't
If
know.
we're going to go for a date, I'm going to say end of 2022. And
Damn.
and it might not. I might still have on a mask after that. I might just have a
Really?
mask on moving forward.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like
I-
that is a strong possibility.
yeah,
You know, like I might just keep the mask on me.
yeah. No, my homegirl said she's wearing a mask for the rest of her life. I think she's
That's a
like
strong
33.
possibility, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that. I ain't doing it.
I felt uneasy even taking it off to eat, like in an outdoor like restaurant
It's
in Miami.
weird.
Like,
It's
it's
weird.
weird, bro.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But those motherfuckers out there,
they're
they take
young,
that
though.
mask
They're
on.
kids, man.
It's not just kids. It's even the older people. Yeah, they literally keep that mask on. It's like they walk into a restaurant and they take that shit off. They feel like, yo, I'm here. There's no COVID inside of here.
Yeah.
There's nobody stopping them. I went to go have a hangout at Carbone in South Beach, and yo, me and my man were the only ones who had on masks. Everybody else,
Do the waiters and shit have masks on? Bartenders?
staff always has masks on.
Okay.
Yes,
well,
I'll
at
give
least
them
they're
that.
doing
But not a single patron except for Eddie and I had on a fucking mask.
So
Nobody.
You're definitely gonna wear a mask for like the next 2 years.
I think so.
You too, Rome.
I think so.
Next
2
2
years or
years?
maybe even longer. Yeah.
I'd probably
And-
say longer.
And honestly, I'm super comfortable with it now. Like
I'm okay,
I think
I'm
that's
okay with it, but I
that's
think
also
I
led
don't
to why I don't mind wearing one, because I run in a mask.
Mm-hmm.
I fell asleep on the plane and with a mask on.
Mhm.
Like it does not bother my breathing or
doesn't
interrupt my
bother me
life,
either,
my
but-
lifestyle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Wait
I have
till
no
you get
problems
to-
keeping it on. I sometimes even forget I got that shit on. I was walking back to my hotel from hanging out at the design district in the middle of the night, and I still had it on, and I realized I was like, yo, I'm the only one on the street. I can literally take this shit off and be all right. and that's when I pulled it off. But I forgot I even had it on.
Yeah.
It's to me it's just it's a feeling of I'm being responsible and I'm being a little bit safer than the average person.
Yeah,
You
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying? Like I see people who are doing physical things not wearing them, and I'm just like, yo, you're just a little too comfortable. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like whether it's riding a bike or jogging or playing basketball or whatever. I see people walking all the time through the neighborhood, and I'm just kind of like, come on, I'm gonna walk in the street. It's all good. You got the sidewalk. I'm gonna walk
feel
in the
you, I feel
street.
you.
Yeah.
And I think the light blue one, the blue ones are great. You
They're
know what I'm saying?
great.
Like, and depending on where you go, like Iowa, I could have got 10,000 masks for free if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Because
Nobody's taking them.
nobody's
Yeah.
taking them. The airport, when you exit the airport, the
Yeah.
doors are lined with masks. They're like, yo, take as many as you want.
I stole
Right.
a bunch of them from the clear line
Yeah.
at the airport.
When I
Flex.
checked in the hotel,
Big
the
flex.
hotel had a 50 pack. It's like, yo, take these. So
Like took
Yeah.
all of them.
take all
And I do. I take them.
I take 'em too.
I take as many as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's a podcast episode 106? We're glad to see that Abdul is back. He's safe.
I'm back,
He's-
safe and sound.
He's not coughing. You know what I'm saying? We
No,
respect it
nothing
a
like
lot.
that.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So, obviously, we want to give a big shout out to Kim Janey. Kim Janey is the first woman and first black mayor of Boston,
That sounds so crazy, but
which is crazy.
Amazing.
It doesn't sound crazy.
it is Boston. You're right.
It
You're
is
right.
Boston.
Yeah.
Now, shout
Yeah.
out to Boston. I got some amazing friends in Boston. I cannot
Mm-hmm.
wait to see them probably next year. But Boston's very real. That racism and the
That shit is
segregation
real.
One of the
Is-
most segregated cities in America,
is different. It's
next
different up
to
there.
Chicago. To me,
It's
personally,
different. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Chicago is
maybe
next
more.
level too. But Kim Janey obviously just became the mayor. They're a lot of the positive traits that they're feeling about her is she's from Roxbury, which is
shout out to Roxbury,
which
of course.
which is the black neighborhood. I'm not
Yeah,
going to call it
yeah.
a bad neighborhood, but it's a black neighborhood.
I heard Roxbury's getting gentrified too.
Of course it is. Of course it
Yeah.
is.
So there's that.
She rides the train, so that that made her very human, and she speaks Spanish.
Shout out
You know
to
what I mean? There's a
Jamaica
huge-
Plains. Shout out to Roxbury.
Yeah, shout out to all the homies in Boston, man. The collective, those are my guys. So,
Yeah.
also, have you seen the mayor of Charlottesville, Virginia?
No.
No,
She's a black woman.
Really?
Yeah.
that's another place that I would have never expected to
guessed
have a
it,
black
yeah.
mayor. And it's a woman.
Yeah, black woman. Let me get her name because
We got to shout her out.
so
That's dope, though.
So okay, so her name is Mayor Nakuya Walker.
Yep.
Okay.
Nakuya Walker.
She tweet on so this past yesterday, I believe, she pinned she tweeted a poem that she'd written about the college town she leaves. One to spare that it approached haiku and yet abundantly shocking. This is her poem. Okay, I'm reading it. Charlottesville, the beautiful ugly it is. It rapes you, comforts you in its deleted words. Oh, comforts you in its cum-stained sheet and
What?
tells you to keep its secrets.
She's wildin'. Wait,
She
is
did
this,
this.
Is this appropriate?
Yo,
When did she write that?
today or yesterday?
She wrote the poem today?
She
She
wrote the
just
po-
she tweeted it
but then
today.
she tweeted it. She
Wow.
took
Oh
from
my
her
God.
like, and not from like her personal account,
From,
from
like,
like
the mayor one?
mayor of Charlottesville.
You're
account.
lot.
Swear
Oh
to
my god.
She's wildin'.
I
So
love it,
what's
though.
what's the
fallout?
What's the clapback? Yeah.
There hasn't been any fallout yet. Just a bunch of angry white people so far, but like there hasn't been like an official call for her job or
Not
whatever
yet.
the case may be.
They're
For
still
sure.
trying to figure that shit out.
But I mean, yo, it's fire. I think it's fire to go hard body like that.
I'm gonna
So
retweet
so
it.
listen.
I'm gonna retweet it.
She posted the poem, right?
Yeah.
When she caught the fire, she posted a longer version of the poem.
Oh,
and
she
tweeted
doubled
that.
down.
Doubled
I
down.
respect
Damn.
the double down.
Charlotte-
I respect it.
Charlottesville is void of a moral compass. It's as if good old TJ, Thomas Jefferson, is still cleverly using his whip to whip the current inhabitants into
Oh.
submissiveness. Charlottesville is anchored in white supremacy and rooted in racism.
Oh, bars.
She won't have that job before the month's over.
Nah, but
I mean,
while
this
she
is-
has the platform, she's
Yeah,
going in.
she's going to use it.
Let it
Yeah.
go.
Let
Yeah.
it go.
Let it go.
Unload the clip.
So
That's
shout out
fucking
to
hilarious.
Nakuya Walker. You know what I'm saying?
Mayor
I've only
Nakuya Walker.
Mayor Nakuya Walker. I've only
Yeah.
been in Charlottesville one
Might as well
time.
give her the proper title while she has it.
I've only
Yeah.
been in Charlottesville one time, but it was
Ooh,
the time. It was
right.
the time of my life.
Listen,
Really?
I used to go to Charlottesville for UVA spring fling.
That's when I
Listen,
went. That's when
let
I
me
went.
tell
We
you
went to Spring
something.
Fling. It cracks off.
That shit, it
cracks
gets
off.
off out there.
It
'Cause
cracks off.
they had him out there, and listen, my man and I got busy out there.
Yeah, yo,
Got a lot of work.
a lot of work. But I mean,
A
it was
lot of
me, my man John, who's a promoter in DC now, my man X, and my man Eugene. Saturday afternoon at Hampton, it's like 12 o'clock. What y'all want to do? You trying to go to Spring Fling at UVA? I had the whip. We made it there in 3.5 hours. We went to the whatever the game was.
Yeah.
We found some food. We killed some time. We found a house party. House party was insane. Insane. 2 a.m. We're kind of like, all right, so what are we going to do now? Drove back to Hampton. Took about 4.5 hours. But yo, shout out
Nah,
to UVA.
that was some of the one of my favorite road trips was that last minute trip to Spring Fling, and you know, we ended up. Listen, it was great.
Spring
It went
It was
down.
great. It was
It
great.
went
It
down.
went
I'm
down.
trying to tell you, it went down.
Shout out to my man Dwayne. We held it down.
So obviously, What's a Podcast, episode 106, we talked about our favorite Biggie albums, our favorite Tribe albums, and another album and film that dropped in the same time frame is Above the Rim. Above the Rim, obviously, a lot of Tupac and Leon. You know what I'm saying? Dwayne Martin. Yeah, Dwayne Martin, I believe, was in that movie as well.
Dwayne Martin was.
And as impactful as the movie was very impactful. I think more so on the East Coast because it was shot in New York and Tupac played Birdie, who my man Haitian Jack said that Tupac studied him for that film. If
Yeah.
you watch Hip Hop Undercover, Haitian Jack said that Tupac studied him for that film.
Yeah.
But the soundtrack was actually very heavily West Coast influenced. A lot of Dog Pound. I believe the Lady of Rage, Afro Puffs was on there. So Big Pimpin' 2 was on. It was a lot of West Coast stuff.
Who
Second
wasn't
to
Big
None.
Pimpin' 2? I don't remember that. That wasn't Jay, was it?
No. The Dog Pound has it.
Oh.
The Dog Pound put out Big Pimpin' 1 before Jay did.
Got it.
And then
okay.
in like 93, and then I think Big Pimpin' 2 came out in 94.
Yeah, because there was no Jay in 27 years ago.
No,
'cause-
Can I Get Open came out in like 93, 94.
Reasonable Doubt was out in like 93,
no,
94.
Reasonable Doubt
No.
came out in 96.
96. But
Okay.
original flavor Can I Get Open was like 93.
Right, but
Yeah,
there was
so
no
Jay was
big,
there?
I'm just saying there was no Big Pimpin' 1
No,
from,
no,
from
no.
Jay. So
No,
yeah.
no.
Nah.
So, again, man, I think Above the Rim is one of those 90s movies that just was a part of the sort of hip hop's.
I need to go back and watch it, man. Where can you find it? Is it on
Probably
Netflix,
Netflix.
or
Gotta be.
Hulu or one of these
It's
joints?
definitely on Netflix, yeah.
But like, I think but it was around that time when hip hop just really bum rushed the movie industry.
Yeah.
Right. You had Boys in the Hood, South Central. You had Above the Rim. You had Menace to Society. Juice.
Juice
I know
came
I'm
out a couple of
missing.
years before that. Yep.
Yeah.
What's the New Jack City had already
Yep.
come out by that
Crazy.
time.
Yep.
So what's the one movie? Oh, shot in New York. It's one word. I can't remember it, but I'm a Fresh. I think it's called
Clockers.
Fresh.
Clockers.
Fresh and Clockers. Fresh and Clockers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fresh was a sleeper.
So exactly, it's a good one
Yeah.
though, right?
Yeah.
So you had all these movies, and Above the Rim was it was
I
Tupac.
bust stupid dope moves.
Yeah, it was Tupac at his at his rawest form. He really was
Yeah.
on his Haitian Jack. And I remember at the same time you had TV was very I think
LL
Rock
Cool J had his own show.
LL Cool J had a show. Rock was on. I thought the Rock show was dope. Right?
What was the Rock show? Rock who?
Rock was a garbage
Oh,
man
the
in
show.
Baltimore.
Yeah, he was based in
Yeah.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that show, man.
I love that
He's-
show.
Sunday nights on Fox. I love.
I'll be honest with you. There's still certain episodes of Rock that I cannot watch to this day. Right? I've never seen the ending. Right? And when the drug dealer got involved, I started watching it a little less. I just didn't like his character at all. Like I hated it. I mean, I was also like 12 years old though. So
I can't remember. I'll be honest. I can't remember the drug dealer, but I've watched every episode of
I
The
think
Rock.
the drug dealer's name was Andre. And and the drug dealer was actually remember Pinky in Friday?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yes.
That was the drug dealer in Rock.
Oh, he's from here. He's from DC.
And he got written into the plot line because I think he started serving everybody in the neighborhood. He might have served Joey, the brother, and then him and Rock got into it multiple times. And I think Rock ends by him either getting shot by the drug dealer or the drug dealer's crew comes back and shoots Rock because he got the drug dealer locked up or something. It's crazy. Yeah.
You know what? That dude Pinky from Friday always played one of them like sketchy cats because he was
Hated
also the
him.
guy who was also always instigating shit in Menace to Society.
Yep.
Yep.
Clifton Powell. He's a Washington D.C. native.
Okay. Great actor.
Great actor. He played that role to the T.
But every role he plays is like that.
He's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, every role.
Got that down.
Yeah. So
Shout out to Clifton Powell. Come on the show.
shout out to
Come on the show.
I mean, why not? Fuck. Come on the show, brother.
What's the podcast? Episode 106.
How was your weekend, man? I didn't even get to catch up with y'all. What's up?
Weekends in the house, man. We ain't really doing shit over here. Cooling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I streamed a couple times and I went for a walk. I found a conservancy. I believe that's what it's called.
Conservatory.
Nah, it's a conservancy.
Okay.
The Klingle Trail. So
Klingle. Why does that name sound so familiar?
There's a couple. There's a road uptown named Klingle, I think.
Yeah.
the Nature Conservancy, the Triggeron Conservancy. I don't know where it is, man, but it's over here. I just found it. It's between Cleveland Park and Woodley Park.
Oh, okay.
So I just kind of found that on a walk on Saturday. Fantastic. Belle and I are gonna go Saturday morning because she was
How many
with
miles?
me. It's only 2 miles away. It's not far at all. It's
And then
like
how about the trail?
about a mile and a half. So it's a good. By the time you're done, you're 5 in. So it's good. It's good work.
Yeah.
But it's a cool walk. I mean, it was a nice day Saturday, so people were out. You know what I mean? And
should we
this
talk about tomorrow? At
nah. Chill.
Okay. All right.
But there's
Edit point.
no, let it ride. There is
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
But there
We'll
is
talk about it next week.
You talk about next week, yeah. We'll talk, and I got a gig on Monday as well, so we can talk about that too.
All right.
Week.
Shout out to the Washington Wizards, man. This is sneaker week for the Washington Wizards.
Sneaker week
What
for
does
the
that-
Wizards.
What does that mean?
I mean, I don't know.
Is this the first annual sneaker week?
For the Wizards? No, I think they actually have it every year.
Okay.
But before COVID, I think they would have a bunch of panels and things like that involving the players and all these things. But obviously COVID put an end to that. But they invited me to talk about a couple of pairs of sneakers that mean a lot to me, and so shout out to the Wizards for having me on, man. I appreciate it. Shout out to Sax, the homie. Good looking out.
It's very tight. I mean, the Wizards always do. For some reason, this is always the time of year when the Suns normally come through to the Wizards games. So I've been to the last 3 or 4 kind of Air Max weeks when that's
Right.
run around. And I hit Air Max Day actually twice. It was actually Air Max Day at the games. And people in D.C. go all out for Air Max Day. Air Max Day is not a game in D.C. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people really take it seriously. And I think the Wizards are smart to play into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lord knows you can't buy any Air Maxes in downtown D.C. anywhere, but you know what I'm saying? It's just smart that they play into that. So if you check out the Wizards Instagram account, you'll see our guy Abdul on there just keeping it real, talking that talk. I can't wait for them to post it on the grid and see the comments.
Oh man.
Because my man's like,
My man,
Washington Wizards like, yo, so in Baltimore.
my man goes on the Washington Wizards page and only talks about Baltimore.
I mean, listen, if you want to do the science, the Washington Wizards are really the Baltimore Bullets.
Yo, listen, I'm not mad at it at all. I just love.
And it's the closest team to Baltimore.
Sure.
I love the juxtaposition, and I can't wait for the comments. Oh man, it's gonna be incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
He had the
listen,
the Sierra Leone T-shirt on.
there you go.
But he did have and shout out to was that the Woo Jung Hoo?
Oh yes.
He had the Woo Jung Hoo on.
Yeah, I mean, I try to be DMV all the way. You know,
Yeah.
represent for the home team.
So speaking of DMV and speaking of representing, and I believe this might be a nationwide thing now, but if you get vaccinated and if you take your vaccination card with you to Krispy Kreme, you get
Free donut.
a free donut. I've heard though.
every day.
No,
for
it's
all
real.
2021.
No.
For
But
the
what
rest
I've
of
heard,
2021.
what I've heard
Yeah.
though, I've heard that some they're giving you
Multiple donuts.
half a dozen donuts.
They want you to die.
I don't need that many donuts.
Yo,
Krispy Kreme, and they just
you
opened
can,
it.
I can eat I can eat 6 Krispy Kremes.
I know,
with,
but
with
should
no
easy.
problems though.
I know.
Easy.
Me
Easy.
too. Me too. Should I though?
They just opened one by
No.
the crib too. They just put one on They just put one on 14th Street,
Oh,
Where?
there we go. Listen.
right next to the Chick-fil-A.
Where's that at?
Oh, right by the Target.
By the
right
Target.
by all that
Oh,
shit.
like right there.
Right
IHOP
there.
and all that.
They go
Oh,
right.
You in trouble.
there.
Jerome's about to walk past.
I
every
haven't.
day.
I haven't been once.
Let me get that donut.
Listen.
It's been there. I haven't been
Flash
once.
your card. Have it on digital. You know what I'm saying? Take a picture of that shit. Be like, just flash that
Dog,
shit.
if
I
they-
don't even think they care. They're probably just giving everybody that walks in.
Yeah,
that
they don't care.
motherfucker
They're
a
not
free
gonna check
glazed
for that
donut.
shit.
At that location, absolutely not.
And
Yeah.
DC like, you want a free donut?
They what I really do love about that strip of 14th Street though, it's very entrepreneurial. There are homemade stands of
Oh yeah,
people
the sidewalk is
selling.
popping.
Oh,
There's artwork.
Spanish food.
The
Yeah, you
dude
get
selling
mangoes.
the dude selling like mofongo, like he's selling real
Oh,
deal
the Puerto
Puerto
Rican
Rican.
dude. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
also got the mangoes dipped in like lime juice, like
I didn't even
with
see
cayenne
Chili-
pepper on it.
Fire.
What? Off the chain.
So this is if you don't
Auntie's
live,
out there. Auntie's out there. She's
Yeah.
getting busy.
if
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
live in DC, this is 14th Street Northwest between Irving and Park.
Columbia Heights.
Yeah, Columbia Heights.
A
yeah,
predominantly historically Spanish part of town,
Latino
Yeah.
area.
right? That's
It's been-
safe to say. And
been
it's
completely
been
gentrified.
gentrified a little bit, but listen, the Spanish people not going away that easy.
But
They're
don't
like,
trip
we're
though.
hanging on.
Don't
Nah,
trip
you
though.
get-
It's also very black. Like them project
Yes.
buildings.
I mean-
yeah, the
all-
project building.
I mean, DC.
Don't
as
get
a
it
whole
fucked
is
up.
very
You
black.
will get sliced with the quickness
You
out
will.
there, too.
It's always going down up
Oh,
there.
that,
Always.
that, that corner with the metros at is popping.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You walk up there, just be ready to fight, just in case.
I
you
hate
never
going.
know.
I hate going to the train right there.
As a
Is that
40 plus year old, you're like, you know what? I might just go down to the next stop and jump on.
Just be like, come on, nah, because the next stop is U Street.
That's a
U
hike.
Street's just as crazy. It's a
Now,
hike.
U Street is a little bit better, to be honest. Columbia Heights is real.
It's real over there. Bro.
Yeah, it's real. It's real. I'd
And,
rather
like,
go get on from Petworth, like
Petworth's
it's
Petworth's
quieter.
bad, too.
But it's quieter. You know what I'm saying?
Depending on what side of the street you get on at
Yeah.
Petworth, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's a little bit quieter.
But-
You come out on the other side though.
Yeah, Columbia Heights though. Yeah,
At Columbia Heights at about
Listen.
5 o'clock on a Wednesday. Oh, my
it's
god!
beautiful.
yeah. Just walk through and just have your fists clenched,
Keep
just
your
in
eyes
case.
keep your eyes open and your wallet in your front pocket. You
Yep,
feel what I
that's
mean?
it. Always keep your wallet in your front pocket
Yeah.
though.
Speaking of
keep your wallet in your front pocket. Did you watch the
Brr, brr, brr.
verses?
verses, top 3
Oh.
verses,
Great.
Top verse.
top
Best
3
one.
verses.
Best one yet.
I mean, it's up there with Bounty Killer and
I
Beanie
mean-
Man for me.
I mean,
Yeah.
on par. I would say two
Yeah,
different genres
yeah,
of music.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the best hip hop verses so far.
I would only give Bounty and Beanie an upper hand in it because they were the first verses we had seen where they were together
Yeah.
and they really put
And they
on a
don't like-
show,
yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
after they put on a show, it kind of set a trend for everybody else
Yeah.
to kind of follow suit. Is that what did he say? Follow suit?
Suit.
Follow suit.
Suit.
And Ray and Ghost, bro, they did not fucking disappoint.
That was the
man.
best one. For me,
Yeah.
that was the best one.
Yeah.
Like, for me,
I did
that's
not
my
even
favorite
keep
one.
score. I didn't want to keep score.
There's
Like,
no
this was
keeping score. It
there's
was just
no
like,
keeping score on this
that's
verse.
hip-hop
Like, I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear who won
Yeah.
what round, this, that, and the other.
We
You know?
we got to win by watching it.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
I think once we saw all of the Wu members kind of come out,
Like
right?
one
We
by
saw
one, they like
Kappa, we saw
Yeah.
Respected Deck, we saw Master Killer, we saw
Yeah.
we saw the whole squad. RZA was out there, obviously.
Yeah,
I
RZA
was
was out there.
really hoping
Raekwon was
praying.
on stage and in the comments. Like, you know,
No bullshit.
But I was hoping and praying Nas pulled up.
me too. Me too.
If Nas
I
would've
needed that
pulled
verbal
up,
intercourse. What? Through the
Nas
glamours,
put-
glitters, and gold?
oh yeah, it would have been over. Like that would have over. It would have been over.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
best verse.
Listen.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He pulled up in the DMs though.
Who did Nas?
Nas. He was in the messages and shit.
Oh, you mean not the
In the
DMs,
comments.
in the comments?
Comments.
Yes.
My bad.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
again, him being in the comments is fantastic.
Fantastic. But
But
However.
yeah, he should have pulled up.
yeah. Well, you know, I think Nas lives in the West Coast now
Nas
for
is
the
in
most
LA
part,
for
right?
sure.
Yeah.
Right, and here's what I'm saying. I understand that, but just for the moment,
Yeah.
just for
You
the
know what, though?
moment,
You know what though? It was kind of people did not expect this to be a moment because a lot of people were actually against it. Like, yo, Ray and Gold should be a team and go against two
Yeah,
other
whatever.
people.
Nah,
They should not be going up against each other. So it was like a lot of that sort of conversation.
I don't even think they were going against each other.
They weren't. They
Yeah.
weren't. They weren't. This was not a battle. This was not a
They were like
Ray
singing they were
versus
singing backup
Ghost.
for each other.
Yeah, nah, it was amazing.
put on a
it was
show.
it was a concert. It was
They
a
put on a show.
Ray and Ghost concert.
Amazing.
And so I think because of that, maybe, you know, there was not a whole lot of hype behind it, to be honest. I don't know what the numbers ended up being, but Instagram, they were rocking between 90 and 100K of viewers the whole time on the Instagram live. I don't know what Trilla was talking about though.
well, I just think that the crowd that was going to appreciate that is a lot smaller, right? Like
Yeah, it's all old heads.
you're not really going to get as many women that are excited about that as you are,
Yeah.
you know, John Legend versus Alicia Keys. Not saying that women aren't excited about Raekwon and Ghostface, but
It's an older demographic
older.
of
And
women
listen, if I put on
who
Crimin-
might not necessarily have time to be on
if
Instagram
I'm
live.
DJing a party and I put on Criminology, the amount of women that are going to get really, really crazy compared to the amount of men, it's going to be significantly less. And this
Yeah,
we
for
all
sure.
know. Like, let's keep it real,
I
people.
don't think there's any women that are gonna get hype on that.
You know what I'm saying? So, nevertheless,
There's always that one girl with Tim's on.
Okay. There's that one chick with Tim.
from
Yeah.
Annandale. You know what I'm saying?
And she's white. She's fucking full blown out caucasity.
Yo, shout out to my
thinking
man.
she's Spanish
Shout out to my man.
mad-
Oh,
with the
Go ahead.
fake eyelashes on it.
stupid bangle earrings. But her real name is Meredith. You know what
With
I'm saying?
the Alpha Industries black windbreaker on. You know the one with the orange guts? You know that one.
They're from VA too. Yep.
Yeah.
Bomber jacket.
The bomber, yeah.
Yo, shout out to
The orange gut.
shout out to Big Dave. Big Dave and I went to the Wu-Tang show at the Anthem a few years ago, and the exact person you just described, there was 100 of her
Yeah.
Oh my
at the
God.
show. It was incredible.
Lord have mercy.
Like that show, I was just like, yo, this is crazy. Like there's so many more. Like,
That was at where was that? The Fillmore?
not at the Anthem.
Huh.
It was at the Anthem. Yeah, it was mad
I
white
missed
kids
that.
there. It was
Yeah.
mad white kids there. It was like
That's
I was
whose
like, yo.
audience though.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not mad. I'm just saying
Yeah.
I was kind of like, okay. I was like, okay, cool. Let me like outside
Yeah.
of like the 8 black people on from U Street that I knew there, like everybody else was just like white kids from like Virginia and stuff like that. I thought it was
Yeah.
tight. I thought it was
Nah,
cool.
it's tight.
Get that
It's tight.
money.
Yeah. And shout out to Big Dave, man. He held us down at the Nas concert. Where did we go? What was the name of that venue? In VA?
Hold on.
Put
let's-
us on the list.
Let's be clear. He didn't put us on the list.
Oh.
let's just air out. I mean, if we're gonna say, you might as well keep it real. He didn't put us on the list.
My
Exactly.
apologies.
Exactly.
Tom, can you put a gunshot right here, Tom?
Yeah. He knows what he did. He knew he didn't put us on the list.
Oh, man. All right, next topic. What do we have, Jerome?
Hey man,
It's getting- it's getting awkward in
hurts you,
here.
that's on you. If the truth hurts you, that's on you.
Yo, so it's also was the 17-year anniversary of Mad Villain. Mad Villain is Mad Villain is just an incredible piece of work from MF Doom and
Rest in
Mad
peace.
Lib. Yeah, rest in peace, MF Doom.
Yeah.
It is an album that is just an underground backpack
Necessity.
Yeah, it's one of the holy trails of holy trinity of doom work. Like it is just an amazing, just amazing album. I listen to it all the time. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is they were saying that so Stone's Throw was a record label that put it out. Stone's Throw put out an album called Champion Sound as well, which was Madlib and Jay Dilla. And, and Champion Sound did really well, but then they didn't think that the Doom and Madlib was going to do as well. And actually, you know what I'm saying? It's
that
right
shit
there.
Stupid.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like the Doom as a figure, just that was like one of his peaks, if not his peak. You know what I mean? So shout out to Mad Villain. If you can download it, you can still like buy Mad Villain shirts. They still sell out all the time.
Yeah.
Obviously he
buy them from Doom though, like Doom's website.
Yeah,
so
Doom or Stone's
Throw.
At
least you know that money's going to Doom's wife and kids.
Yeah. So while we're on the rest in peace,
Doom.
Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Always the marathon continues.
Of course.
There is a new book by a author by the name of Rob Kenner, The Marathon Don't Stop, and I believe it is a look into Nipsey Hussle's life, the life and times of Nipsey Hussle. I believe that just dropped or is dropping very, very soon.
This seems like an official book sanctioned by the family and all that.
Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Like it's good. It's good. It's a new biography of the late rapper Nipsey Hussle. I'm sorry, let me see what it says right here. So basically it's a Nipsey Hussle biography, inspiration behind one of hip hop's fallen legends. Mm-hmm. So basically this dude has known Nipsey since 2009. This guy's been in sort of hip hop journalism since the early to mid 2000s. So he said he befriended Nipsey, like I said, since 2009. And you know what I'm saying? He's just one of these people who are like, you know, it's a good rate. It's a good read. You know what I'm saying? Like I just started a new book Monday, but if I get through that, I might go try to check this out. If Bell and I we try to go to Barnes and Nobles on Saturdays. So
where is there a Barnes and Nobles?
Take a nice little drive out to Montgomery County.
I think I think Georgetown, wasn't it?
Hell no, that's now the Nike store.
I thought next door. Nah,
that was next door was Barney's.
I know,
Barney's Co-op. That's now an Amazon store.
Okay, Amazon store. Okay.
Yeah, no, we go out to Rockville Pike.
Okay,
there's one out there. You know what I'm saying? Nice little drive, and if we're really feeling it, we'll go out to there's one out in Gaithersburg that I like because it's actually bigger. You can sit down. It's just a bigger. I like to be. You know what I'm saying? I like space.
Yeah, for sure.
There used to be one in downtown Bethesda, but I think it's gone now.
It's like a furniture store now.
It's trash, bro. Like there's no Barnes and Noble in DC, which is crazy because there used to be one downtown. Now it's I don't even know what it is now. Right there on 12th
Actually,
Street.
it's a Nordstrom's rack.
Nordstrom's rack. That's trash.
God damn! Why do I know all this shit?
Because you've been around, obviously.
Yeah.
But
that's Nordstrom's rack.
But Barnes and Noble is also really dope. Like you can go in there, you find a book, you find 3-4 magazines. Like they were good places to spend money. You know what I mean?
There was a dope bookstore right there in DuPont Circle too.
Kramer's.
Kramer's is still there.
In the Circle. It was like a little step down.
Oh yeah. I can't remember. That was dope. Yeah, that was dope too. Yep, that was a good one.
Yo, speaking of Kramer's, y'all they have an amazing sandwich spot inside of it. Have you all eaten at Federalist Pig in Columbia? It's right by you, Adams Morgan.
Yeah,
I haven't.
Well, they got a sandwich version of it called Fedwich, which is located inside of Kramer's in DuPont.
Kramer's always had banging food though.
Yeah, but that was the sit down. This is actually a Fedwich. It's owned by the people that own Federalist Pig. But Fedwich sandwiches,
fire.
Listen, this top 3 cheesesteaks I ever had.
Wow.
It might be top 2. Go fuck with it.
Listen, shout out to
Fedwich, sponsor the show.
I might smack that shit tomorrow.
Shout out to the shout out
it's
to
a
the
little
God.
bit pricey, but it's good.
Shout out to the God Stereo Faith. We did Kramer's in summer 2008. I think we lived there for the whole summer.
Of course, because it was 24
insane.
hours.
So after every game, we would be there Tuesday night.
Had a lot of good times. Ended up a lot of nights over there. Yep. Yeah, you did.
I used to smack that shit all the time.
Shout out to Kramer. Kramer's is a spot, man, for sure.
Smacking Kramer's is a pause, by the way.
And also Federalist Pig. Federalist Pig is on Columbia Road. and the barbecue is incredible.
It's banging.
It's
banging.
really good. And
Where's it at?
Yeah.
it's-
16th at Columbia.
yeah, right
Right by
between. Yeah, so
I hate that it's white people making such good barbecue though.
but they're like hip hop dudes. They're StockX.
I
dudes.
mean,
They're StockX
you
dudes.
know, still.
Like low grade StockX.
Nah, you walk in there and they'll be playing like KRS One. Like it's like
I
you
know,
what I'm saying?
I know, but
Stock-
it's
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 StockX
still-
dudes.
it's like that chicken spot right by 930 Club around the corner, the spot that plays hip hop. What's the
What's the dude's? What's the song?
Jerome knows.
Roy's Boys.
Roy Boys.
Boy. Roy's
Yeah.
Boy.
Oh, they're definitely StockX.
There's StockX boys over there. StockX
I
white
think the
boys.
owner's StockX, but I think the people that work there ain't
No,
StockX
the-
white boys.
No, but listen, the owner sets the trend. He's the StockX white
I
boy.
feel you.
And Federalist Pig is all StockX white boys too.
No.
Them motherfuckers make good. They make good.
The
good.
pitmaster is StockX. The rest of the squad is people of color. They got a good mix in there. I rock with Fearless Pig because I walk home from Commonwealth often day. And
Yeah,
I'm just
you
like,
grab
yo, let
some
me
on
like.
the way.
Of
The
course,
food is banging though.
The food is banging.
This shit is so banging it makes me angry. Like I'm eating this shit mad. Like yo, why is a pilgrim cooking such good food?
Yo.
That shit is off the chain.
The first time I
Shout out to them.
the first time I had it, I was just walking by and I
Yeah.
literally heard like Mad Ism on, and I was like, "Yo, who was playing Mad Ism at like
Yeah.
5:15 on a Sunday?" So I'm like, let me walk in here, and you walk in, the smell hits you immediately.
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen, you see the line outside,
Yeah.
and then you're just like, yo, let me get 12 wings, mac and cheese,
Yeah.
some collard greens.
Shit is off the
Let's
chain.
go.
Yeah, dude. And then like you sit, they got
Short ribs. Oof.
they got basketball on, and they're playing hip hop. Which is like, and they got like 18 sauces, which is like
The
you're good to
sauces
go.
are fire.
You see what I'm
And they
saying?
got 18 sauces.
Fire. Listen to me. Listen. Go check out Fedwich inside of Kramer's.
I don't know.
shout
I
out
think
to
I might hit the other one first.
Yeah.
I might
Listen,
smack
you
that
got to
one
hit up
first.
both. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. So obviously,
Federalist Pig sponsor the show. Come on, stop playing. We just
it's a
bigged you all up.
possibility. They got a
Yeah.
food truck. They got a food truck out in Hyattsville, so we might be able to make some.
All
shake.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
we should do that. We should have like a restaurant of the week. You know what I'm saying? I know we're probably gonna get back to eating out more. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Also, Yums might just win every week. There's also that.
I mean, Yums
possibility.
is it's just the holy grail. So we.
I
Can't,
wasn't
we're not
mad
really
last time I
restricted.
went to Yums.
I'm already committed to going to Yums after our little thing tomorrow night. It's in my head. I'm already there.
That's the highlight of the night.
Yeah.
He's like
I'm already there. I can't
gonna go
talk
to-
about where we're going, but after we leave there,
I'm gonna go to Lake Dip.
I'm right there.
Oh, you going to lay dip?
I'm gonna go to Lake Dip
Oh,
because
you fancy? Okay.
Nah, it's gonna be like 80 degrees tomorrow.
It's gonna be. I might have on some shorts.
It's gonna be like 80 degrees, nighttime. We're all
Yeah.
gonna be feeling good. Just heard some tunes.
Yeah.
Why not pop a bottle of rosé in the bike lane and get it popping? You
There
know
we
what I'm
go.
saying? Like,
Okay,
might happen. So,
let's do it.
We'll see what happens. But so, being that it is getting a bit warmer outside, there is going to be less of a need for jackets and coats and beanies and stuff. However, if you feel the need to cop, there is a new Supreme North Face collection that drops by the time you've heard this. Maybe no. We'll have this up before it drops. Drops 11 a.m. Eastern. And
I like it.
I like the jackets. I like it.
Yeah,
I like the jackets.
yeah. I'm getting it. I'm gonna get the red puffer,
Okay.
and then get the blue lightweight joint.
I like your dedication.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
He's pulling some strings. It's
Yeah, I'm
already
pulling
it's
some
already
strings.
on the way.
I already made a call,
Okay.
and I'm getting the white soccer jersey, which is shout out to our guy Imran who sent that over. I wasn't aware that the soccer jerseys are dropping. The soccer jersey's fire, by the way, but they had the black one, but the white one, oof. Listen,
I'm just getting a hat and 2 water bottles because, I need water bottles when we're back at the shop when that opens. So
yeah.
might as well do that. And but yeah,
Silent
Supreme-
Tom said there's a camera coming out, which I should have tried to ask for. I didn't.
there is a
I didn't
camera.
know.
There is a camera.
The camera
There's
looks like it could be fire though.
looks
I might
like
try
it
to
be-
grab that at 11 while everybody's rushing for everything. Like, I don't
they're
think
gonna be
that.
rushing for the camera.
Well, they might have a priority on something else because that's how you gotta work the Supreme site. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
While everybody's looking left, you gotta go right.
Yeah.
So unless they're specifically going there for the camera, which I doubt,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of more bigger things dropping, right? Like everybody's
Everybody
gonna
wants a soccer jersey.
or they want the fucking Supreme pants. The North Face pants. They have a blanket. They have
North Face,
bags.
yeah.
They got all these other things. By the time they're adding each one of them shits in their fucking cart, I might have already checked out with the camera.
The soccer jersey's fire.
Soccer jersey's fire.
The black one though.
You like the black one? I like the
Yeah.
white one.
Yeah, the black one's fire.
The black one's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
So that's just how we're
Good
feeling.
luck tomorrow.
Yeah, good luck to everybody.
I'm not tripping off any of that shit.
That's
Yeah.
good luck to anybody that's trying to make that happen. So shout out. So obviously, Commonwealth is at the forefront of men's fashion. If you don't know, now you know. And excuse me. So there is a brand that we carry at the store called Stingwater. Stingwater is the work of a former skater, DC area.
I'd say he's probably still a skater.
Is he still skating? Okay,
Yeah.
I haven't seen so much footage from him lately, but there is a DC area skater. He was in New York. I think he was at Supreme a little bit, and then I think there was some Palace 5 love in there. And if you're watching the YouTube, Abdul
He
is
skated for like 10 deep too, right?
yeah, he skated for 10D. If you're watching the YouTube, Abdul just can't wait to show these shoes to us, but we're gonna get to that in 1 second. Okay, there is a big glossy
Carpet dunks.
Carpet Dunks Friends and Family pack. Shout out to the one of us that got it, not all four of us, because that clearly did not happen.
I honestly, I'm not a really big fan of them. I don't. They don't do nothing for me.
I'm there for the flip. So
I mean-
anyhow,
For the flip,
Yeah.
yeah, but they're not my favorite.
Eddie, listen, all of this is for the flip. This
Yeah.
is never for my personal life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Stingwater. Let's get back to that.
Abdul's wearing them tomorrow.
I'm
So-
rocking them shits. Yeah, I
He's
might
wearing
wear them
So
tomorrow.
there is it just got the pictures have surfaced this week of this new Stingwater SB Dunk, and it's basically a red. What is that? Python? Not Python.
Safari
red safari print, glow in
It
the
looks
dark.
like some sort of like a
stingray
octopus.
print.
Yeah,
Stingray.
There you go.
Stingray, yeah, stingray
that's
print.
that makes
the tongue,
sense.
the tongue looks like a clear plastic.
The sole's
tongue.
clear plastic.
Yes, yeah, and I mean it looks good.
I'm not mad at it.
It's a lot going on, but I'm not mad at it.
I don't love the small like jewel swoosh.
I
though.
like it because it's so different than what like
You're right.
the conventional dunk is.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
it reminds me of was it Mork and Mindy or something like that?
Yeah.
It has that kind of vibe.
Yeah. This is dope. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
They're not for me, but they're dope. I respect it.
I would wear these.
Yeah.
I would wear these actually. I
That's
like
a-
I like
that's
that
a
I like
flip for
that
me all day
the
long.
that the tongue is a white tongue instead of red.
It's clear. Isn't
Whatever.
Yeah.
From these pictures I'm looking at, it looks like a white tongue.
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
it's cool, man. It's just
Yeah, this. Oh, you're right. It is clear.
honestly, I think the best part about it, if it's your thing, is that it's the second dunk in a row from DC area creatives, right? I
Yeah.
mean, like
I didn't know Daniel Kim was from here.
Yeah.
He's Korean?
Yeah, he hand delivers all of the Stingwater stuff to the shop.
Up to
You know
this
what I'm
day.
saying? To this day.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Oh,
hand
so he
delivers.
lives here too.
Yeah, I think he's back in VA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh.
saying? So
Daniel Kim, come on the show.
it's very comme de garçon inspired, and there's some vegan plant-based thought behind it as well.
Okay.
But it's cool. I mean, it's $38 t-shirts, and you know what I'm saying. I think he'll probably have a much bigger drop next time. But you
The
know,
streets fucking with it?
Yeah, it does its thing. It does
It
well,
does its
for
thing,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I'm sure it moves.
So I'm not mad at, but I'm
we gotta
happy
get
to see
these.
it.
Daniel Kim, bless us all. I need
Listen,
a size 9, man.
As much as we need Daniel Kim on the show, we need Tyler Tufty on the show. That's who we need.
That's the SB. That's the SB dude, and he's local too.
We need Tyler Tufty. He's the SB dude. Yep, Eddie's right. He's local. He used to be a skater, and then
He
I
still
think
is a skater.
Yeah, okay, and I think he just got a nice cushy situation with Nike, and he's making a lot of this good stuff happen for Baltimore, for DC. You know
I
what I'm
mean-
saying? Like it's a good look.
Listen, there's some talks about somebody else from the area getting a Nike SB2. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, and I won't. But I mean, I love that we're finally getting some sort of recognition, right? After years and years of having shops and having people in in this, I hate to use the word culture, but in this community, I would say.
There you go.
That finally they're starting to get some sort of recognition. Everybody from Carpet Company who dropped the SB Dunk to now Daniel Kim and the people that are coming after them, and it's been long overdue. Like people like Chris Hall set the trend, man. That's
Chris
it's
Hall,
a fucking
yeah.
legend, fucking legend. If you don't know who Chris Hall is, let me tell you something. He was one of the few people who was able to get Nike special makeups on any fucking shoe. Air Force
Fat
Ones.
Joe.
There you go.
Him and Fat Joe.
He's like the white Fat Joe, but like even before Fat Joe.
Yeah.
Like this was in the late 90s.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Like nobody was fucking doing it then. Like it was only like people like Clark Kent could walk into Nike and do shit. And then there was people like Chris Hall.
Yeah.
Like I'm not making the comparison. Obviously Clark Kent is a fucking legend.
Yeah.
But Chris Hall, for those of us from the DMV, always looked at him like the god.
And,
You know
and
what
the
I
thing
mean?
about those, you still had to know who Chris Hall was.
You
You
had
had to
to.
be really tuned
lot of
in.
A lot of people still don't fucking
people
know.
still
He
don't
was like
know.
a sick pro skater back in the
Yeah.
day.
I was
too. He's
I was
skating a new
telling
deal.
I was telling people from somebody from the Complex Sneakers podcast who had no fucking idea who Chris Hall was, and I was
Yeah.
putting him on.
Yeah.
I'm like, the man's a fucking legend.
Yeah.
All right.
I rode my bike down to the Anacostia Trail to like the soccer stadium, and then as I was riding back,
Wait, what soccer stadium? DC United Stadium?
yeah, DC United
Okay,
Stadium,
okay.
yeah. So then as I was riding back, I ran into our friend of the podcast, Adam. Adam's screaming down Pennsylvania Avenue. You know what I'm saying? There's like nobody. It's like
Adam the biker?
Adam the biker.
Okay.
And we
Oh,
both
man.
just ended up at Freedom, and it was a nice day outside, and Freedom was
Oh,
thumping.
it's
Yeah.
bubbling now.
And
Yeah.
tons of kids out there wearing Nikes. Tons of kids skating the carpet joints. You know what I'm saying?
Tons of
Like,
kids skating Supreme dunks. Like,
yeah.
these kids were skating everything.
Yo, there's a lot of kids in DC getting Supreme Flow and like Nike Flow. There's a lot.
Yeah.
As they should. As
I mean, they should. I
Yeah.
mean, apparently the Supreme store in New York City, all employees or majority of employees are DMV natives.
From
Yeah.
the area. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I love it. I love it. You got to show me some love, though. Come on, stop playing Supreme. I'm joking.
But it's a beautiful thing.
I'm not joking.
Just to see, and it was something. It's just good to see that a lot of
Yeah.
the sneakers that we love are coming back. Obviously, I believe Air Max Day is this week. What is it?
Friday,
Friday?
actually. Yep.
So
March 26th.
the crazy thing that I was noticing is these Air Max 90s. I keep calling them the Air Max 90 Bacon. All the stores are doing their own sorts of promo and putting them in butcher shops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's no mention of it that it was a Dave's Quality Meats
Yep.
shoe.
There's no DQM on it.
There's
No
nothing.
DQM on it.
It's fucked up.
And I don't respect it.
I don't respect it either. It's fucked up what Nike's doing.
And Nike's calling them the Bacons.
The Bacons. Yeah.
Yeah.
They completely took this man's idea, his innovation, his creativity.
Has he said anything about it?
Yeah, I think he was on some podcast. I think it was the Complex Sneakers podcast, and he said they kind of told him they were going to do it, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, just make a lot of them and let people have them." But the fact that you won't, Nike is known for telling a story on a product.
Yeah.
Like that's what they fucking do.
Yeah.
They
They're
cannot
not telling his story.
They can't drop a single product without giving us the fucking behind the
full
scenes,
story.
the reason why, the story behind it, this, that, and the other. But for some reason, you fail to even explain to all these kids that were not around in 2004 that this shoe actually came from a store in on the Bowery. I think it was on the Bowery.
No, it was off the Bowery. I forget.
Okay.
It wasn't on the Bowery though. I
Okay.
was there, yeah.
But a store in New York City that was designed to look like a butcher shop, and that was the reason why it was called the Bacons, because he literally made it to look like bacon.
That's a piece of meat.
Yeah, a piece of
Pause.
meat. But to not give it that story out is fucked up, man. It's fucked up. I think they should have done a little bit more with Dave Ortiz, who's a fucking legend.
Shout out to Chris
Dick-
Keefe also.
Shout out
Yep,
to Chris
yep.
Keefe, and they also, I think they might have had a third partner as well. But I can't remember his name, but I remember going to that shop and I wanted to steal. They used to have like a flower pot that was shaped like an Air Force One that was holding the door open. Like it was literally molded to look like a sneaker. And I remember thinking I should steal this just because the shit looks so dope. But obviously in retrospect, I'm glad I didn't because whatever. But yeah, I mean, shout out to Dave Ortiz. Shout out to Dave's Quality Meat. Nike, I wish you guys had told the story a little bit better and given more props to Dave and Dave's Quality Meat.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was something that just throughout this whole rollout sort of bothered me. And
It's missing.
it's just like I feel bad for the kids because if you call the kids out, they don't know about it.
Yeah.
And I just
It's
don't,
not their fault.
It's
Yeah.
not their fault, but I just wonder if the generation that's kind of pushing to the forefront now doesn't value doing their research. Right? Like we had to do our research to make something happen. And we had to go about it through like physical means. You had to go to Dave's Quality Meats. You had
Yeah.
to go to A Life. You had to go to what was the store?
Clientele.
What was Clientele?
Air
You
Life.
had to go to
Air Life.
Clientele.
You had to
What
go
was
to
what was the other one?
Nort Recon.
You had to stash all that. You had to go
Yeah.
to these places, so it made the trips better because
Yeah.
you never knew who you never knew what you were gonna see when you walked.
And then
in.
you also had to go to like the other spot, like Transit, like you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
the more
Yeah.
big box joints.
Prohibit.
Prohibit.
Yeah, all these places. Like
Classic
there was
Kicks.
Classic Kicks. What? I camped out at Classic Kicks.
So here's what I'm saying. You're walking around the Lower East Side in Soho.
Yeah.
And you know what happens too? You start seeing the same people. You saw them at Supreme. You saw them
Yeah.
at this place, right?
Yeah.
So you start to build with these people, right? And,
Footwork,
like,
Bobito's footwork.
all these places, and these kids now have all the information at their fingertips.
Yeah.
And the experience isn't as genuine for them. And I think that's why we see sneakers treated as such. So speaking of Complex Sneakers podcast, I listened to the latest episode, or for me it was the latest episode, the one with Jerry Lorenzo.
Okay.
And Jerry Lorenzo and his man Jason Maiden are
Yep.
explaining their philosophy when it comes to what they're going to do with Adidas and what they're going to do with, the basketball line, Fear of God, athletics, the whole nine. And, I wish them well. I want to see them do well. They've come from the quote unquote culture, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm just not getting the feeling of excitement because the dudes asked them some real questions. And a couple answers were kind of brushed off. Jerry might have passed them on to the dude. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, I don't feel the excitement for Adidas per se. But also at the same time, we see how Nike is just going so hard at direct to consumer because they want to keep a lot of the product for themselves, keep the profits, for themselves. That the kids are missing out. Even here in DC, what we just talked about was a trip you would go through in New York, but in DC in 2007, Saturday morning, you would go to, there was a Foot Locker on 14th Street. Across the street from the Foot Locker was a DTLR.
Yep.
Then you would leave there and go to Commonwealth. Then you would leave there and go to another Foot Locker in Adams Morgan.
There was a Foot Action in Adams Morgan.
Then
and a
you would
Foot
go
Locker.
to the Foot Action in Adams Morgan on Columbia Road. Then if none of that worked, you'd be like, all right, I'm going to go to 8th and H. 'Cause
Sports
you
Zone.
But you could always go to 8th and H and get the
Yeah.
hot stuff because the hood dudes weren't on to 8th and H. And
Shoe
then
City.
if you didn't want to go there was another Foot Locker if you crossed over and went to Minnesota Avenue. You had to risk your life maybe, but it was still right there. You know what I'm saying? So there's just, sneakers are what they are, man. They're a big part of what we do. We'll see what it looks like moving forward. At this part of the show, we say, what is Abdul watching?
Man, I was traveling quite a bit, so I didn't fully get caught up on all my shows yet. But I did watch the latest episode of Snowfall. Listen, if you have not started Snowfall on FX/Hulu, you need to. Eddie, you watching Snowfall?
I've started watching it. Yeah.
Wait, what season? The latest season, or are you still
No, I started
catching
from
up
the
on?
beginning. I'm catching up.
Oh
Yeah.
man, listen, this season might be the best one yet. I'll be honest. Like
Yeah.
it's fucking next level. Really, really good. I'm caught up on that. I'm excited about a couple of other shows that are going to be starting out. City on a Hill on Showtime is Second season is starting, I think, May 3rd or some shit like that. And if it gives you time, I'm actually gonna go watch the first season again just to get up to speed. My memory seems to be getting worse and worse as the days go by. So I'm gonna go watch the first season all over again. It's basically a cop show set in Boston in the early '90s, and somewhat of a corrupt cop / DA show. You know, I like all that shit.
Yeah.
Godfather of Harlem season 2 starts
shit.
April 18th on Epix.
Yep.
If you have not watched season 1,
That
fucking
shit is fire.
that shit is fire.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Malcolm X is dope. Everybody's dope.
Why
man.
the fuck is it taking so long for them to get the next season out?
COVID, bro. COVID.
True.
They got to tape that shit
True,
and
true, true.
all that whatnot. I'm still watching This Is Us. I'm caught up on This Is Us as well. It looks like they've been taping during COVID because they make a lot of references to masks and all that stuff. Yeah, and what else? Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else. Actually, I did have something else to mention. All right, if I think about it, I'll bring it back up. But
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, that's all I got for now, man. And go watch Boogie. It's starting on video on demand on Friday.
Word.
You can order it right from the crib. Very, very good.
Uh,
And the
th-
soundtrack is off the chain.
So speaking of music, there was a really heavy week full of drops. Benny and Harry Fraud put out The Plugs I Met Part 2. It's, raw hip hop as much as you could like it.
Is Fat Joe on that?
I'm not sure. I haven't listened to it fully. I'm still actually listening to the Harry Fraud and Jim Jones album, which is good.
Yeah, Harry Fraud's sick.
Yeah, so
Harry Fraud is getting busy, man. He's working.
there's a kid by the name of Guap Dad 4000.
Of course.
From the Bay. He put out a new project with this producer Illmind, who's very, very dope. Good project. Justin Bieber put out a new album, which is funny because if you watched Atlanta, and there was an episode about Justin Bieber on Atlanta, and this literally is 100% came full circle. Like what they talked about and where Justin Bieber stands in his career right now, 100% full circle.
Wow.
The Bieber album's okay. I haven't listened to it, but Silent Tom and I have cooked up some things, so there's some fire on the way. And then there's a singer by the name of Joyce Rice who put out a really, really, really dope R&B album as well. So solid music week. I know they announced the next 2 verses, I believe. I believe the next
on
one
there?
is SWV versus Escape.
Ooh.
I'm good on that.
Yeah, and
Now
then
that's
there's
fire.
but the fire one is going to be this Earth, Wind and Fire versus the Isley Brothers.
I'm good on that too.
No,
That's
fire.
going to be
The one people are talking about that's kind of trending on Twitter is Trina versus Little Kim. That it's just a conversation.
yeah,
Somebody
no,
started on
yeah,
Twitter
for sure. I saw going. I mean, I'm not a fan.
of Trina like that. Little
Yeah.
Kim to me is gonna body her.
Yeah,
It might just be
Little
our East Coast
no,
bias, though.
I mean, Florida's East Coast.
I
too.
know, but it's also the South.
But yeah, but Little Kim's gonna body her.
It's a different energy.
Yeah.
Little Kim has a way bigger catalog.
That's true. Oh, you know where it started? I think Trina was actually on some radio show, and she said she wouldn't mind doing a versus against Little Kim, but nobody's reached out to her because I think Swiss and Timbo know that she'll get killed.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Respectfully.
The one thing that I do feel hurt Ghostface and Raekwon.
What's that? Ghostface
Was-
outfit changes? We
Nah.
didn't talk about that.
His outfit
He killed
changes
it.
were fantastic.
Fantastic.
With the red
The
jackets.
Wallies were ill.
He was just respectfully looks like he lost some weight too. You know what I mean?
Ghost
They
also
both,
played-
all looked
They
a
both
little
look
slim.
good, man.
Yeah,
The Ghost also played the old dude role when he was like showing his Louis Vuitton belt. Like,
Hey, I'm not mad at. I was there to see it.
yo,
The belt wasn't even buckled.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
I did not like the Ghost and Ray with the move to Triller. Right? I get that they sold it. I understand that they had to do it, but Apple Music production was flawless.
Why? What do
for-
you think was not flawless about this one?
People just didn't know what Triller was. Like a lot of people, you know,
Yeah.
they just weren't hip to it. and so I think that affected the numbers. I mean, like I don't want to. I mean, what happens if you get a phone call? You get disconnected. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching on Instagram or something, it's like if on on Apple Music, I'll watch it on my TV.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They had and Apple Music used to have the ill like. They had
And
the
it's like
playlist
full
set up.
screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
full screen. Shit was amazing.
No, that's the way it is on Triller too.
Correct. But what I'm saying is Triller is there's no way Triller's gonna see Apple
Yeah, but
Music.
who's fucking Triller?
Exactly.
I mean, Triller is becoming the new shit though. They're
Triller
doing
is
all
the-
the fights and all
well,
this shit. and
they're also
all
the
these-
parent company of
For TikTok, yeah.
So I get what they're trying to. But I'm saying, but for a Ghostface and Raekwon, it was kind of unfortunate that the first move was Triller. Had Ghostface and Raekwon been on Apple Music, it would have
Yeah.
done.
They got that Triller check though, probably.
Yeah. They're now part of Triller. Versus got sold to Triller.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, but Ghost and Ray probably got a nice check.
I'm sure. I hope they did because
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot more sponsors. There's a lot of money on the line now. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Ciroc and all these places, but I really loved what Ray and Ghost did, man. I thought it was dope. I watch it on Instagram though, because I like listening to the comments and reading what people have to say. Sorry, not listening, but reading the comments.
The comments are cool. It's just nothing but rappers.
It's entertaining,
and
yeah.
music industry people. Like I don't care.
Yeah,
what
but they're giving them
Ebro-
their roses though. They're bigging them up the whole
I
time.
just don't
Yeah.
care what Ebro has to say 90% of the time.
You know what? I'm so glad Ebro is not in my algorithm because I never even see him in the comments.
I see them all though.
And then I hopped on Spice Adams and Afion Crockett did their own version of Verzuz afterwards with Ray and Ghost, and that's always funny. This one actually wasn't that funny, but every other one that they've done has been comical. So it's good content. I enjoy it. So I'm gonna continue watching those two dudes as well, man.
And again, obviously we're here, we're fans, we're appreciative of the entire experience. So, you know, like shout out to everybody that was involved in that.
Yeah.
You know, and just keep your eyes open and your wallet in your front pocket. Obviously
There you
there's a lot going on politically. We see the weather's about to change nationally. We see the streets are about to open nationally. You know what I mean? So just be smart out here. Wear your mask. Wear 2 masks if that's your thing. You know, I wear the shield. I'm out here. You feel me? So I got the shield and 2 masks on. You know what I'm saying? So what's a podcast? Episode 106. Shout out to my man, always available. #SheWear Eddie.
Yo, peace.
Don't charge Abdul.
We'll be back next week, man. Shout out to everybody who's been leaving us comments and rating us on Apple Podcasts, man.
Hell
We
yeah.
see that. We appreciate it. We need some more, though. But
Bong bong. Leave a comment. Yeah.
yeah,
for
we
sure.
appreciate it. 5 stars only.
So, you know, DJ Jerome Baker III. Remember, you can check us out on whatsapodcast.live. Also, youtube.com/whatsapodcast. And we're out. Peace.
You heard?